Hey everybody, this is Tambeyoda. So today we have the Masterpiece Shatterglass Optimus Prime. So yeah, here we are with the box. It is a little bit of a hindrance here. The box is way too big for the current setup that I have. So we'll just go ahead and insert a picture of the front of the box here. And a picture of the back of the box here. Now you can open this panel and you can see the figure inside. We'll go ahead and insert a picture of it here. And then on this side, on the inside of the flap, there is some stuff on there. So we'll go ahead and insert a picture there also. All right, now that we have that out of the way, let's go ahead and open up the box so we can check them out. So this is our Shattered Glass Optimus Prime in his robot mode. Now, if you are familiar with the different masterpieces, this is the same mold that they used for MP10. Now, he does come with all of the accessories that one does also come with. He comes with his little gray gun. This is a gray one instead of a black one. Comes with his matrix. And it looks like it's the same matrix. It's got the blue and everything in it, so it's not dead matrix. It's got a green battle axe and a trailer. So he has a black trailer with purple details on it and his purple Autobot symbol. Now we'll take a look at the trailer whenever we get into his vehicle mode. And we'll take a look at his accessories whenever we get back into his robot mode. So we're going to go ahead and transfer him into his vehicle mode. Then we'll bring him back into this mode and we'll go over all the accessories and everything like that and his articulation at that point. So let's go ahead and get into his transformation. So first things you want to do is go ahead and start with the legs. So we'll come down here. And you can see, like right off the bat, this dude is really loose, at least the head. I don't know if it's because they've used this mold so many times to make different things, but when I was first messing with him, I noticed that there was something a little off. He doesn't seem as sturdy as my original MP10. So, yeah, I'm not really sure. I don't know if it's just this one that has that issue with the head, at least. But everything else seems to kind of be okay. There's some issues with the shoulder, but we'll get into that in a little bit later. Okay, so first thing we want to do is down here at the legs, I'll flip these panels in. And then we'll go ahead and flip in the toes like that. This piece right here is metal. I can tell because it's cold. This piece is not. And unfortunately, that's the only metal that's in this guy right here. We'll flip these panels backwards or onto the back of the leg. We'll take this button right here. This is a little wonky because it went that time. Oh, there we go. All right. So we'll close this up together and then rotate this around just like so. All right. So once we have that all done, we'll open up the chest. And this should bring that down. This tabs into there normally. So you bring that down. It'll go like this, and then you want to take it down like that. All right. Oh, and so next we'll come to the arms. We'll go ahead and do what we need to do here. I'm going to flip out these pieces. There's a panel that comes down here. It doesn't come down all the way, it just comes down to about there. What you want to do is you want to flip around the hands and close that panel back up. I'll show you from this angle right here. So you'll flip that open, get that out of the way, and you'll bring this around, and it'll do just like that. Bring that steps down. All right, so we'll open this chest up, and we want to flip this down. So this will kind of get caught up back here. You just want to bring this down up to here. We'll do that the same way with this. See how it's going to kind of get caught. Just want to bring it down to just like that. Once you have that, and then these gray pieces right here, just flip around. Go ahead and open these up so it gets out of the way. All right, and once again, open these pieces up right here and flip this around. All right, then we'll come over to here to the front, open this panel up, open the matrix chamber panel up. This is a hard one to kind of get to. Oh, there we go. And now this will drop down and you have your front part of the bumper right here. And there's already a stress mark right here, and I've only transformed them once, and I noticed it when I pulled this down, so I don't know where that stress mark came from. I don't know if it was already there in production or if it was something that I added. Okay, so next we will bring down the head. Head goes into here. Bring these up. And we'll kind of do like our original G1. And this will fold into here. You're going to have a bunch of things that are going to want to get caught on everything. You're going to have a tab that tabs into here to keep this from twisting. Pieces that kind of lock in everywhere. And you just kind of have to fiddle around with it until you get it in. And that wants to open up. There we go. Now this goes down into there. So like I said, there is a tab, and it will tab in to the hips, and it'll keep the hips from moving. See, there it goes, tabbed in. So now it doesn't twist. All right, so let's clean this up. Bring this in. Come on. All right, we'll bring this up, and hopefully that'll, yeah, okay. So tap into here. Bring this up. Tap that into there. Bring this around. Tap that into there. Close that up. And one more piece. Fuel tanks. These come forward and tab into here. And those will kind of keep the legs in place. It keeps those legs from moving forward, up and down. All right, well that stayed this time. When I transformed them the first time, those did not want to peg in. So last thing we want to do is just flip out the rear view mirrors, and there we go. Optimus Prime in his truck mode. So let's take a quick 360 look at him. So we'll get the trailer out, put that on him, and we'll take a look. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this on the turntable. So this, whenever you take, you can, this will go under there like that. Yeah, this is not going to fit on the turntable. Well, it'll fit, but it's not going to turn. Guarantee you it's not going to turn. It's just going to hit the back end of my wall. Yeah, there's no way that I can do this on the turntable. It's gonna hit the wall. So what we'll go ahead and do is we'll just take a look at the trailer, and we'll go ahead and remove that. So one thing that it does have is it has these two little stands right here, so you can pull this out a little bit and then reach underneath here and grab that. It's a parking stand. Now with that, we can do a 360-degree view of it. All right, so let's go over the features for the trailer. So like I said before, you have that. Now you do have these pieces right here. You pull these out and these will actually come down. You want to do that on both sides. Now, for some reason, these tires are already kind of drying out. Before you say anything, this figure I did open, so it's brand new. It's not an old figure. It's brand new open. It's been in the box for probably a while, but more likely probably just put some baby oil on that and it'll start shining again. All right, so for the back of the trailer, this is how we open it up. You just come here, and this is where that kind of the clearance thing or tolerance thing is coming into play, because you can see it's not really staying closed that well. All right, so we'll take that. And then when you open all of this up, and there's a ramp right here that you can pull out. So that roller, if you had a roller, would come down. You can see that's making tire marks all over the place. Now we do have the little repair thing here. It has its arm, pincher crack claw thing here. It's got a lot of articulation on it. There is the radar dish. And then you have your missile launchers here, but no missiles. This can come underneath if you want to. If you have a Spike or anybody else, then this will open up. You can put them in there. Oh, okay. And he does go up a little bit further than that, so about that far. If you want to, you can take these panels and pop them down. These are really scary. And when you pop those down, then you can angle this at such a way that you can do just like the original toy and push him down, and he'll be on top of the trailer in case you wanted to shoot anybody while you're in robot mode, I guess. Okay. All right, so there is storage for your weapons in here if you want to prop this up. Let's see, is it going to be too high? Yeah, it's a little high. So let me go ahead and bring this down here so you can see what's going on. And my lights don't like things being this close. So let's see here. So I can bring those back just a little bit. Your gun. You can take, and I think you have to fold it up to actually place it in here. I don't remember exactly where it goes. Just like that. See if you have to. Oh, actually, you can have it. Okay, well, if you place it like that, then it'll stay there. And if you come over to the other side, over here, there is a spot for the axe. Should be able to fit that in here somehow. So that should fit in there for you fairly easily, but it looks like when they created this axe, they put the stuff on there backwards, so it doesn't really fit in there. And it doesn't seem like the ball joint. There's supposed to be a ball joint in here where you're supposed to be able to twist this. But it does not seem to work. It just wants to, and I don't want to shear that off. So we'll just leave it like that. So, like I said, there's two different places that you can put your weapons in, and then if you want to, then you can take your Optimus, you can put him in here as a kind of a repair bay. So yeah, so that's the trailer. Let's go ahead and get all these accessories out because we need them for a little bit later. All right, so let's transform our Optimus back. Actually, there's one thing that I want to show you up close before we do it. And he does have his little catchphrase on there. So it usually Optimus is until all are one. Well, this one says until all are gone. So yeah. All right, let's go ahead and transform him back into his robot mode. So basically we're gonna go in reverse. So we're gonna do this a little bit faster than what we did before. Open that up. Yeah, usually you can push these down whenever he's in his truck mode, but you need to bring him back up whenever you're going into his robot mode. Okay, so I was pushing those gas tanks back. They're a little rough, a little hard to maneuver out of the way. So first thing we're going to do is I want to bring out these arms. Okay, let's keep it in frame. All right, so we got those. The head needs to come out, and then this will come up. I'm going to go ahead and close all those chambers up. Luckily, it will all close in one setting. And these will flip around. Like that. Not yet. Getting ahead of ourselves. So first thing we want to do is we want to take, and it has to unattach back here. So let's do this right. We're doing this all wrong, so just ignore that part. All right, so these pieces have to come up. The wheels have to come up now. So the wheels come up like that. These pieces, like I said, will get caught on everything. These pieces need to come up to here. Okay, and those all need to be pushed in. To the side, we'll check it out from back here. So this is gonna come up like that. Like I said, that gets caught on everything. And all right, so now that's all done like that. So let's go ahead and bring this down. This will clip into the to that grill right there on his chest. There you go. All right, let's go ahead and close up the windows. All right, once your windows are closed up, you want to come to the legs. Rotate the legs around. You want to pull them apart and pull them down. All right, so pull it down. You don't need to push this to unlock it. It's just really stuck. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay, these panels need to be flipped around. And then these panels flip around to the front. There you go. Flip out the toes and the heels. All right. Wow, there's tire marks everywhere. All right, let's go ahead and bring our camera up. All right, we'll close that back up. Close this. That will extend out. Take this piece, flip it in. That kind of already flipped that out. That flips in. See how that pushes that panel out of the way. Flip it up, flip that in. All right, we're back into robot mode. All right. It's not a hard transformation. There's just a lot of parts that kind of get in the way of other things. All right, so now let's look at his accessories that go into him. So we have this matrix right here that we can use. Open up the chest, open up this, open up the panel where the matrix goes, the matrix chamber. And if we put this in correctly, all right, so I gotta make sure that I was putting this in correctly here. The tongs go up. All right, so that'll force into there, and I'm gonna push it in inside those little little prongs right there. And close that matrix chamber up. It seems like it's closed pretty well. Close that. Okay, good. All right, so now he has the matrix for some reason. Well, why wouldn't he have the matrix? He's a prime. All right, so now for his hands. Oh gosh, oh wow. Everything else is super loose on this guy. His hands are freaking tough. So this will go into his hands. It will tab into his palm. This will come down, like that. So his index finger has 2 points of articulation for his trigger finger. So you have one at the top knuckle, at the knuckle here, and then one at the next knuckle. All right, so you have that, and then you have an axe here, battle axe. This is going to look a little weird because, like I said, it does not turn. Okay. At least I guess he could point at you and do something like that, pointing at you. Like, I need you kind of. Now this, you got to look at the way that you'll see a fist in there. This is where the thumb goes. And you just apply it over his hand. And I guess since it's on his hand, you can twist it. So you have that. Now if you do that, then you can store the gun in his little backpack here. So you want to fold this up. I did this a little bit earlier, but you may not have seen what I was doing. But you flip the barrel up and you push this in, and this will come in also some, and it'll lock into place like that. And just kind of push that in like that and up, and your gun is now stored on his back. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into articulation. First and foremost, we'll go to the head, and his head is on 2 different joints. So one for side to side, one for up and down. Look at those red eyes. Antenna can move forward and back. The arm, when you come to the shoulder, you can move it forward, backwards. If you want to go up, then you can pull the shoulder out. It'll go right back in. Right here is your bicep swivel. Then you have your elbow. Then for the hands, you have a wrist. And then for the fingers, for the bottom 3 fingers, they are all on one joint here at the knuckle, at the top knuckle. Then the pointer finger has two different articulation points. So one of them is here at the top knuckle. The next part is right here at that next knuckle. And you do want to be careful with those because that finger can fall off. I haven't done it on this one, but I did do it on my original one. I thought I lost it, but I was able to find it. Now your waist swivel. Now hips, forward, back. That is a ratcheting joint. You are hindered a little bit going out that way, out to the side. Now, unfortunately, that is a friction joint, not a ratchet. You have a twist right here at the knee, or actually below the knee. That's your knee joint. Once again, another ratchet joint. Coming down here to the feet, you can tilt the ankle, and then you do have a toe and a heel joint. So, oh yeah, and it does rock forward and back. So not just out to the side, but forward and backwards also. So, all right, well that is all of the articulation on this bad boy. So, and other than the issues with the head being loose, I'm pretty sure that I can tighten that up. Everything else on this is not as bad. It's not as bad as it could be, considering that this guy has at least been recolored at least a dozen times. At least a dozen times. Probably more than that. I know that there is a lot of use with this guy. So if you get a head joint that's a little bit loose, I completely understand, because that mold probably has some major degradation on it. So, all right, with that being said, I want to thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this video review. If you did enjoy it, please give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and do that right now. I want to thank you so much for watching. This is Tambeyoda, and I'll see you guys next time.